See a chicken this morning. He stopped in front of me and stared at me like, what's going on? Then he decided to go by. I saw this gopher was working up here last night. It's a little early yet to be bringing the other bike out. It's too freaking noisy. Go up and see if I can smoke him. I thought I might get a chance to see the little bugger this morning, but you know. And I don't know that these girls have been in yet. I mean, there's like maybe 2 spots where it looked like there was a little fresher manure on the way up there, but yeah. None of my bike tracks in the lane have been disturbed. So I don't know. But here's our Sunday morning. It was clear as a bell last night. Well, not quite clear as a bell. There were some clouds way off that way, but otherwise it was all clear here. And I ended up shutting that off last night because that's all the farther it had to go. Not too long before dark, but that's still probably 2 hours, maybe 3. And I wasn't going to come out at midnight and move it. Next move's going to be long enough anyway, so figured shut her off last night, turn her on this morning, and it'll get moved. Should get moved well before lunch. And the next move is bailing off the hill over there. Should be long enough that it will run from whenever I do it until tomorrow morning anyway. Somebody's dog's barking down the valley that way, or up the valley I should say, even though most of it's lower than I'm sitting right here. But they've stayed spread out up here for the most part, which is somewhat unusual, but not too uncommon, I guess. As long as they're all here, that's what counts. Oh well, I gotta do something. Maybe find one of these little buggers that's actually going to stick his head out of the ground this morning. There's those doors I worked on. Bad thing about Gorilla Glue, it foams up, but that'll trim off. This one only did it along here, so I don't think that looks too bad. It'll look good enough underneath the edge of the counter. Although, with where the handles are, they might get turned upside down. Might be a good idea so you can reach them. Otherwise, you got to get down on the floor. I don't think the doors care. And yeah, I haven't got any of those belts on yet. I remembered that when the compressor came on last night, and I'm listening on, okay, yeah, it's pumping. That means the belt's still on it. As you can see, they're still all out there. Only one standing up. Everybody else, well, two calves. 2 calves there. 1 cow. 2 calves up here closer too. Didn't notice that. And Becky just went down and turned the pump on for me. So she's down there holding a button in. And this is our last pass in this piece. Maybe one of these days we'll get enough underground in to get clear. That would really be if I had one deal over there along the fence, come out there with a couple pieces of pipe and get the whole thing. It's either that or run pipe from down there, follow the frickin' road all the way around, or try to cross the creek in 2 places, and that don't work out so well. And that T down there's got a plug in it. T will go either way. I left the plug in upside down. It better stay hooked. That's all I got to say. Listen to all the spots decide to make noise. Yep, there she's got enough pressure. Except I got a kink right there that I want out. Got another one here. There we go. It ain't all pressure up here yet. And yeah, she's a leaking like a sieve today. I really got to figure a better way for that seal to work. Had to interrupt us. Yeah, got enough pressure on it to stop it. We don't have that leaky joint. That pipe's still laying over there. If I'd have put that pipe in, I'd have had to run the Traveler right through here, and that ain't gonna work so well. So it's in a good enough spot. I'd like to have it over to the left a little farther, but she wanted to make sure I actually had water up here. Apparently she tried texting me first, then she called. When she calls, it shuts the camera off. So that's not too bad of a leak. We can deal with that. A whole lot better than what it was. I got a little CP over there. I think I'll put my deal on that. Right there. Half barrel. Well, side of a barrel. We used to get some grass seed and clover seed screenings in a pellet. Came in a tote bag, and we dumped it in our totes and cut this piece to lay between them, because it's kind of hard to shut the flow off, you know. So by laying that, put the totes tight together and lay that over it, and you just drag the bag from one to the other, and you don't make a mess. So, and the other group of cows, they're being lazy today too. They did come in for grain. They're all hanging out down there. And I need to move the other Traveler, but where I got to move it, I got to pull it through the old creek bed, and there's mud in there, so the two-wheel drive bikes won't do it. And having trouble keeping the four-wheel drive running this morning. Burned the plug out, tried it again, kept getting it to fire, and it wouldn't start. That's after I had it running, backed out of the shed, so it was in the middle of the yard. And that thing's heavy enough, you don't just push it. So I had to have Becky take one of the other bikes and push it up to the shop. And it isn't here, but it's been up there for a while. That'd be rain up there. Becky finally noticed it when she called me. She said, "Hey, the rain's coming." Yeah, no kidding. I've been watching it for the last half hour. Hasn't come down here yet. Probably about the time I get into doing something I don't want to get wet, then maybe it will get here. Around here for a minute. Becky's over on the line fence driving around the field looking. She hadn't been up here for a while. That right there would be Dancer. She is daughter of Leap and Lena. And the kids went ahead and let their best friend show her one year at fair. They all had fun together. Yeah. Little Boomer cow right there in the middle of the screen. We called her Baby Boomer before because her mama's name was Boomer, but her mama's been gone for a long time. Big, gentle cow. Boomer's pretty gentle too. Baby Boomer, I should say, so you know the difference. But we just call her Boomer now. And Big Boomer, I mean, she put most bulls to shame by her size. Her hooves were freaking huge. And once in a while she had a hoof issue. And she would be like a horse. Now, generally cows, it's a front hoof because that's where all the weight is. We'd get her in the head gate in the maternity pen. And I'd just lean my shoulder into her and up underneath her shoulder. She'd pick her foot up and I could do whatever I wanted with it for a while. We got one freaking calf. The little bastard's done this since he was little. Laid out flat over there. Looks like he's all bloated. He's not. You watch that sucker for an hour and he won't move. You damn near got to go in and tap him on the head, and then he twitches his ear and looks up and goes like, "What do you want?" So, anyway, a little closer up view of these girls. And then while we're looking around, some of these I can spot out who they are from a distance. Middle of the screen, that's Minnie Moo. Her mommy was M&M. M&M went to freezer camp here last year. It was #1's show cow for ever. Very first, M&M was the very first one she showed. She showed Minnie also. So. And I think that one laying there looking at us farthest away, I think that's Lena. Looks like it from here. And of course, Dancer just got up. And Red Man, he's come out to see what's up. He's been pretty good at coming out about the last week or so. Anyway, there you go. There's some cow for you. Day didn't turn out too bad. Actually got a couple showers. One, it misted for about 20 minutes. Didn't get anything wet. The other one, kind of the same thing, but it got the driveway wet. That was our 60% chance of rain for the day, apparently. 70 degrees is what it just topped out at a little bit ago. It was 60, 65 most of the day. So, hey, there it is. Thanks for watching, everybody.